here in Minehead? Well, next up, Gary Anderson has plenty of support. He's up against Riley's Bar qualifier Paul Hogan. Who can forget Gary's shock defeat here last year against another man who arrived in Minehead via the Riley's Bar route, Barry Lynn. Remember him? Well, surely Gary can't suffer another early exit, can he? He only lives up the road. He wants to stay as long as he can. Let's find out. Cue John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the third round of the Coral UK Open, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, live on ITV Sport. It's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Crocodile Dundee, Paul Hogan. Two-time winner of the Premier League and the former back-to-back two-time champion of the world, the flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson!
Just to keep you posted, Barney over on the other board is 5-5 now with Barry Bates, the race to 10, and Rob Cross is the other match going on at the moment. He's 4-0 up against the final Riley's qualifier left in the draw. Let's see how another qualifier, Paul Hogan, can get on against mighty Gary Anderson. The draw, remember, for the fourth round to come after this match ends on the main stage. So let's get on with the action and join Alan and John.
Well, Gary Anderson, of course, a huge favourite to win this match. Twice the world champion. And last night was going well against Phil Taylor in the Premier League. He was 6-4 up, eventually having to settle for a 6-6 draw. Paul Hogan already has come through wins against Keegan Brown. And Jamie Lewis, terrific performance there. In fact, the whole standard of that second match there against Jamie Lewis is outstanding. Apparently there wasn't a single leg which took more than 15 darts, which speaks volumes of just how well both were playing, particularly Paul Hogan, who says back in the day, before Gary came across to the PDC, he had a decent record against him. Beat him in the British Classic in Kettering, a BDO ranking title back in 2005. And he said he's playing well, just wants to get up on stage and kick his you-know-what.
Well, he's a solid performer. Got a lot of experience already. Had a good run last year and the year before. Played on quite a few TV events as well, but as you said there about some of the past matches, Gary's certainly a different player now than he was 5 or 10 years ago.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He seems to have settled in well now to wearing the spectacles. He was talking about having his eyes lasered at one stage, but he's stuck with the glasses and seems to be throwing pretty well.
Kind of do what you feel comfortable with, really, don't you?
There's his partner, Rachel. So 141. Oh, wrong side of the wire. Time, though.
55.
Just as well.
Hogan a long way back, but can leave himself pretty handy here. 68.
Treble 18 would leave double 7. Bullseye now.
61.
Well, Hogan can take it now.
Well, he's given himself a chance. Should go down the 16 area. Tops for 1-0.
28.
Now, opportunity missed.
Double 12 for 1-0. And a break of throw.
13.
Not there, though.
Very early on in the match. First leg, obviously. These can be so important when the final reckoning of the match comes to its conclusion.
Well, that's a little bit unlucky. All around, it's on 3 occasions. Anderson now double 6. That's missed by a distance. Double 3. Not lying particularly well, but the adjustments are good. And he takes the first one with a break of throw.
Not the best leg in the world, but the important thing is he hit the double.
It'll pick up, Alan.
Well, certainly when you have a few darts at the double in the first leg, the averages will drop dramatically. So again, it's all about winning the match, really. Getting into the hat for the next round. The draw will be done later on this evening.
Gary was on the wrong end of that big upset last year, wasn't he? And he'll be wanting to, in a sense, atone for that tonight.
Yeah, certainly want to get himself in that draw. Get himself just up the road, back home. Ready again for the last 32 tomorrow.
He sometimes stays over in the swanky exec rooms, you know, here. I don't know if he is doing this time or whether he's wandering back to Burnham-on-Sea, which is, what, about 5 or 6 miles away from here. That's where his home is.
It's not far away, is it?
With his hounds. Oh, good dart. Bullseye.
2 legs on the spin. He's missed the ball. But again, he will return to take the leg.
So 25, 9 double 8s for 2-0. Easy peasy.
He went for 1 double 12 in the first leg. Ended up getting the double 3 in the end. It went a different route on that occasion.
Hogan just needs to get a foothold in this match before Anderson gets away.
Yeah, it's one of those players, isn't he, when he gets on, when he finds that rhythm and finds that treble on a regular basis, can roll off 3, 4, 5, 6 legs on the bounce just so quickly.
Well, Paul's still chuntering about that double 8, you know, that he missed against Glen Durrant. He said he came through and he said, I've been practicing it, I've been hitting it.
Yeah, it was a big chance for him. Played really well to get to that double, but just couldn't hit it. What could have been so different?
Right, well, this should make him feel better. Not this time, just the wrong side of the wire. Nice adjustments. Oh, lovely darts.
Yeah, great setup there. Nothing Gary can do. But when you're 2-0 down, and all of a sudden the pressure's on, the double.
Second maximum for Gary Anderson.
These doubles just seem a little bit smaller, but to be fair to Paul, he's pegged it with the first dart.
Good temperament, Paul Hogan. Enjoying being down here, ruffling a few feathers after coming through in one of those Riley's qualifying tournaments.
He's a good player. He's been around for such a long time, he really has.
There's his first maximum.
He's not playing too bad. Giving Gary a bit of an early test here.
Well, he said he's not afraid of him. He knows that he's beaten him in the past, albeit a few years back. And he doesn't struggle with getting up on the big stage. Startling attire worn by some of the people here tonight. Fancy dress in profusion.
And about Chris's jacket.
Yeah. The country gents look.
60.
I think it's rather splendid. With his brogues and his tweeds. And
34.
right, back to the darts. 161.
Chance for 3-1. 14. For the middle. Oh, in and out.
That was off the edge of the wire, off just the inside of the bottom wire of that bull. So, 10 he's looking for now. Double 16 to pinch the leg.
70.
Not quite. Good attempt though.
Well, no surprise, Anderson only 2 doubles out of 11 so far. Hogan now can break the throw and get right back in the match. Double 8. Big darts these. And he's taken it, taken the chance. And he knows that was important. Points at the board. Yeah, get in there, you beauty.
He liked that one, didn't he?
All words to that effect.
Certainly somewhere in that vocabulary. Almost a Bob Anderson point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
89.
Touch of Dennis Lilly, I thought.
Does he play darts as well?
Probably does. I wouldn't tell him he couldn't.
135.
Break at the end of this leg. Important that Hogan holds his throw to go ahead in the match for the first time. Anderson just under a little bit of pressure.
Himself a bogey number there, but with Gary back on 3-1-2, he probably thought that he would have a better chance.
Johnny Haynes 7-1 down against Rob Cross. Haynes another qualifier. Barney 7-6 up now against Barry Bates. Raymond van Barneveld being given a bit of a run by the battling little Welshman.
Yeah, he's playing pretty well, Barry. Good to see as well.
Double 8 now for 3-2. Still 4. Still time though.
24.
Maybe psychologically he wasn't quite on it as much as he should be. He'd probably be finding that Anderson's breathing down his neck now though.
Well, he'll know he'll have to hit it on this occasion.
Robin Hood. Double 4, double 2 for 3-2. Come on, he says. And he still can't find it.
And he's left the madhouse. This would hurt. Hogan was so far ahead in the leg. Can't hit the double. He will be coming back, but that double 1 is just such a hard double to hit.
Double 1. I think Anderson had visions of a double top finish there. Edging nearer. He's got it. He's got it at last. At last. And he goes to the little interval ahead. Come on. Gary Anderson was 2 up and seemed to be flying. Hogan hung in there. Anderson just took his eye off the ball and he goes into this first break trailing. The favourite Anderson losing 3-2.
Former finalist here.
Well, back here, Anderson went to the break. Twice world champion, trailing qualifier Paul Hogan by 3 legs to 2. Well, that's a great start. What a difference a moment or two of refocusing can make.
Well, he started the match with a maximum, and he started this first leg after the break with a maximum. He needs to be doing it a little bit more regular.
Crowd's taking note as Anderson starts to up the ante.
It hasn't been the high standard we may have expected, but Paul Hogan has been digging in there. 3-2 at the break, and one of those players you don't want to give too much of a distance to.
Crowd a wee bit subdued. They'd like to see a real good tussle here, like to see a good battle and some big numbers. So 121, treble 17 now for the bullseye. He's got it. Decides to take the 10 because he's got time on his hands.
Well, he's just got to make sure
percentage
he gets
shot.
the leg. Well, he's got to get the leg, hasn't he? He knows he hasn't played his best so far. But if he gets this double here, he's back to level.
Yes, could be a must-take, and he has done. Hogan had put him under pressure, but slots it in, and now 3 apiece, back on level terms. Going with the throw.
Gary's just fighting away to try and get that purple patch we've seen so often from the Scotsman. Covered with the last one.
Gary sometimes seems to struggle. Just an observation, not born out of any sort of statistical analysis, but he seems to struggle against guys like this, who you would think he's going to just wallop, and then he gets in there and finds it seemingly maybe just a bit difficult to focus.
I think there's a few players that do that, John. It's easy to do, you get a bit lapsadaisical. He was 2-0 ahead and wasn't really pulling up any trees. All of a sudden, Paul Hogan just dug in there and didn't really have to have great legs, but all of a sudden was 3-2 ahead.
Well, even though he's got 140 there, Hogan still with the advantage in this leg, looking to fill it up. That's a handy visit again.
A good scoring leg from Hogan.
Well, chance for a 14 darter. Treble 20 is looking for. 20 for double 18. He loves it up here. This is his favourite double.
Now then, chance for Anderson. Should go the 18s route. Now needs the treble for the bull. Bull for 1-2-2. On the wire.
So will Hogan go straight for this? He may go. No, he has done, and takes it out. A wry smile from Gary Anderson as Hogan goes ahead once more, 4-3 in this race to 10.
Yeah, he knows he's not playing his best, but he's got to dig in there and just stay with him and then hope that he can have those 2 or 3 magical legs to push him to that winning line.
Paul Hogan had a chance to jump all over Gary Anderson's poor opening visit then, but was unable to do so, and now Anderson back on script. See Anderson scoring more 180s, Hogan heavier score around the tons and the 140s.
Yeah, it's not been consistently good in the sense of a leg, but he started the leg with 24, hit a 180, and then a score there, which is not the normal sort of scoring we see from Gary Anderson on a regular basis.
Well, it's not been a top-notch match as yet, but you sense that either of them, it's Hogan, you'd think it's a case of him hanging in there. It's whether or not Anderson, as you've said, whether he can hit one of those purple patches. Lovely cover shot.
Stay there. Big 20.
So he's set up and no check out for Hogan on 165. So Anderson with time. Left himself on a number with no checkouts. 13 maybe where he goes here. good setup.
On the wire. Deflected to the left-hand side of it, but it went in, that's the important thing.
Still nothing in it. Still on the throw.
Paul Hogan will be thinking, just keep going here, I'm doing okay, but from Gary's point of view, he'll be thinking, I've not played my best so far, but I'm still at 4 apiece.
But he's vulnerable, he's not hitting, he's not throwing good darts by his standards, and he's under pressure again here.
Well, we've said that with a few players, haven't we? It's all about winning the match, really. The match play, getting through to the next round. Forget about the big averages. They're great to see, obviously. I'm sure we'll see some good ones. Sometimes it's just about winning the match.
Well, he can't find the trebles. Gary Anderson, and Hogan still with the advantage in this leg. Very much so now. Oh, what a time to do that. The second maximum and the punch of the air.
I'm going to get a player on throw playing pretty solid. It's almost really hard to break throw.
64. 16 to leave double 16. This for, oh, he's got it as well. 5-4 ahead, come on, he shouts, and Hogan is really starting to believe.
Well, every leg he wins. As Gary Anderson starts with a 177. He's already hit 4 maximums as well.
Rob Cross leads 8-4 in the other game going on in the third round.
Anderson looking pretty good to go to the break at 5 apiece.
Rob Cross against Johnny Haynes, of course. Sorry, Alan.
Yeah, looking at going in at 5 apiece and maybe sort of get his thoughts together for the final push.
Draw for the fourth round comes after this match is concluded. They were in party mood, weren't they?
There's plenty of them out there, John.
Shanghai and 20s then for Anderson. Needs treble 20 for tops. Tops now for a 120 checkout and can't find it. But time.
Yeah, important. He pegs it when he next comes to the board. Go in at 5 apiece, gather his thoughts and come out. Hopefully firing on all cylinders.
So to square up the match at the break. And he's got it. So, who's your money on? Anderson getting the leg he wanted before the interval, and it is dead level. First to 10, and it's Paul Hogan 5, Gary Anderson 5. In the main arena, and it stands at 5 legs apiece. Gary Anderson, big favourite to win this one, but Paul Hogan, as he does, is hanging on in there.
He certainly is, and from 2-0 down, he's almost in control by throwing first, and he just keeps dragging and winning his throw.
He's the last qualifier, still in. Came through in Benfleet, didn't he, Paul, in January? Hanson qualified after performing at the late side. Good start from Anderson.
He hit a 177 in the last leg, but that was with throw. He's got to try and make an attempt to break Paul Hogan.
Well, he's got a chance now. He's effectively taken the throw. It's just below the wire. Good switch.
96.
That's okay.
Advantage Anderson.
He's making Hogan have to do the work now. Hasn't really had a go at the throw in the last 3 or 4 occasions, has he?
Good last start, but Anderson, as you see, with power to put Hogan under real pressure here. Oh, he's missed the treble.
Well, he's left the big 170. He was looking for more, because Paul Hogan's going to leave something pretty handy here.
Very good, very good. So 170, there's the first one, another one for the bullseye. Bullseye for 170!
Well, he won't be happy with that one. Certainly woke the crowd up.
Double 16 for an 86 checkout. And he's got it. Anderson threatened, but Hogan again just keeps his composure, keeps his nerve, and takes the leg.
Yeah, that's all he needs to do. He keeps winning his throw. It's the first time I think Anderson's had a throw to win against the Dart since he went 2-0 ahead. And the longer it goes, the more Paul Hogan will think he's got a good chance here.
He's certainly got a good chance in this leg. Look at the way he's starting this visit. 140 would be very handy. Well, ton's not bad, and the Anderson throw under pressure.
He's got to get his scoring boots on. Just about recovers it.
Very good. Teeing it up nicely, and is he just starting to grow in confidence a bit, Paul Hogan? I think he's starting to fancy the job here.
Well, the guy's left 170 again. He missed the ball in the previous leg, but didn't get another throw.
Well, he's left himself double 18. He's going to have to get this one, Gary Anderson. He can't do it, so Paul Hogan, we know, can be pretty handy on these double 18s, and is this for the break of throw?
Well, it's his favourite double. And again, you can see what it means. He knows that was a big moment in this match so far.
The upset's on, Alan.
Very much so. And to be fair to him, he's deserved it. He's played pretty solid. If not spectacular, but certainly very solid.
Averages unexceptional, and the checkouts, not a lot between them. But Hogan is just doing enough to keep Anderson under pressure, and Anderson is not functioning at the highest level at the moment. And he's going to have to step it up if he's going to prevail.
Well, you feel he's got to take this leg. And that's his third 177. He's got that steely look, hasn't he, Gary, now? He knows, I wouldn't say in trouble, but he knows he's got to start moving.
Well, Hogan's on a finish. Didn't need that. That looks a little bit tight and nervy.
Well, still some work to do though in the leg.
On 136, Anderson.
Another for double 8. Oh yes, double 8 for 136. Well, we said he needed waking up. And the smile on Paul Hogan's face tells you that he has woken up.
Needed to move it up a level, and is he doing so now?
Well, he knows he really couldn't afford to give Paul Hogan any more distance.
Anderson, a tremendously popular player. The crowd would like to see him come back. They'd like to see him through into the next round. He's the favourite for this competition. In the absence of Michael van Gerwen, he was being quoted as the 3-1 favourite.
Fabulous performance by Hogan, it really is. Needed that one. Hasn't left a finish, but still a good visit.
Paul Hogan's wife Angela watching on as ever. Devotee of the sweetest cup of coffee you could imagine. She doesn't take any prisoners when it comes to putting sugar in a drink.
Well, he's got to take this, Anderson. He's got to take it. Tops. Oh, what a dart that was, and you can see what it means for Gary Anderson.
Back level.
He's pumping now, he really is. A pumped fist.
Playing through to the end of the match now, no break at the end of this leg. If you're reckoning it's going to come after another 5-leg passage of play.
He's got real determination and look about him, has he, Gary, now, hasn't he?
Well, he needs to. He's under pressure.
Well, the last 2 legs, to get him back to 7 apiece, Paul Hogan has been on a double and he's had to do the business. He really has. Actually, a little bit of concern there.
Does seem to have moved slightly into another gear, Anderson. He's scoring more heavily now, but this is a good response, and another maximum, his 3rd.
Well, I was just about to jump in there, so he needs to switch. Because a single 20 wouldn't have left to finish and hit the treble.
Treble 19s for the bullseye. Oh.
And again, a fantastic setup. 18 for ball. Is it the treble? So it's double 7. Oh.
Double 14 for Hogan to go ahead again. That's a decent marker. And he's taken it. It's 8-7 Hogan again. He will not lie down.
He won't, will he? He's really giving it everything. At some point, Gary Anderson is going to have to break again. More importantly, he's got to win this one first.
He's having to chase the game all the time, Anderson, isn't he? The fact that Hogan has the darts.
They're both playing fantastic, they really are. Averages have gone really well up.
That illustrates it.
As you see there, from leg 11 onwards, 110 apiece. Incredible.
That's in the latter stage of the match, and they're really piling in here now.
Yeah, that was 6-5 up to Hogan at that period there.
Anderson looking at the 18s, missed it.
Well, he went for ball, but at least he'd left himself double 18.
Well, he's still got time. Double 18 for 8-all to square up the match once more. Got to take this, Alan.
Important as well. Yeah. Smile for Paul Hogan. Determined look from Gary Anderson.
Tell you what, it's a good match, this one. Hogan really enjoying his moment in the sun up there on the stage again, smiling happily, and Gary Anderson is trying to avoid eye contact, trying to concentrate on the match, on the game. Normally a very sort of sociable cove, Gary Anderson, but at the moment he is trying to blank Paul Hogan almost and just really concentrate on the match in hand.
Well, he's trying to keep his composure. He knows he's got a big test here, because if he does lose this leg, Hogan will be one away.
And he'll have the darts, irrespective of what Anderson does in the following leg. If it comes down to the decider, he'll have first dip. Well, that's given a bit of a glimmer of opportunity for Anderson to jump in.
That's better.
Still just about advantage Hogan in this leg. Oh, what a time to do this.
Wonderful performance, you have to say. There's nothing Gary can do about it at the moment. He's hoping that Paul Hogan misses.
Well, 82. 17 to leave tops. So this is for a 9-8 lead. And he's taken it! Oh, yes!
Well then, first things first, he's got to take this leg.
Well, Gary Anderson, twice world champion, is going to have to show a champion's resolve to get across here. It's the point of no return. He's got to take both legs. Well, that's it.
Yeah, everybody knows the situation. First things first. He's got to win this leg. And as we know, anything can happen in a last leg decider.
It's going to be so nervy. Whose will's going to prevail? Whose nerve is going to hold?
One 1-6-1 left for Anderson.
That's the finish. Legs won against the throw there, 2 apiece. So by that stat, you'd reckon that a decider is going to be very, very close indeed. It's on a knife edge, this match.
Not the best visit there from Gary.
He's going to be on a finish here, Hogan.
He will be. I would have made a move down for 19s there, because a single would have left 1-3-2.
Tops for Anderson for 9 apiece. Now, this is for the match. Hogan 131, great first dart. Treble 13 he's after, he's got it for double 16 for 131. Oh, what an effort! What an effort!
Wow, the crowd held their breath. Gary held his breath, and then he hits double top. It's been a marvellous, marvellous, entertaining match, this one, and it comes down to a last leg decider.
It has boiled up beautifully. Paul Hogan, Crocodile, has the darts in the deciding leg, and look at the way he's going.
Well, he's been doing that all the way through the match, to be fair.
Anderson responding.
Well, the way that first one went in there, looked all and sundry. I could put at least 2 in. Needs a big visit here, Anderson. That's
Not
just
quite
about
there.
okay, but maybe not enough.
Not quite there, but it's the doubles for dough time. And he's thinking about that finishing line. Maybe is Anderson going to show the experience?
Again, a little bit of a slip. He's thinking about it. Because again, for the second visit, hit the treble, all the bed open, but couldn't hit another one. Paul Hogan can.
At Lakeside, Paul Hogan was close to victory against the eventual winner, Glenn Durrant, but he cracked. Here he is against the favourite here, Gary Anderson. He needs 11 now for the bullseye, or treble 11 for double 14. Bullseye for the match. No, not
the
quite.
wire. Well, on the wire, Gary knows where he is. He's left himself 84. Can he do it? 14 for the bull. He needs the bull. Oh, it's fallen off the ball.
I don't believe it.
Unbelievable.
It fell out, it didn't hit the wire, it fell out of the bull. I can hardly believe that. Hogan now, double 8, he almost hit the double 9. And he's taken it! Paul Hogan has the biggest win that he's maybe had in his whole life. That is a great victory for the unheralded qualifier. And he has taken out the favourites. Words of congratulations from the referee, from the scorers. He is loving his moments. A very likeable man and a very sporting acceptance of his fate from Gary Anderson, because he knows that Paul Hogan has done something that is pretty special in his career as a darter. He's beaten the favourites. Paul Hogan wins 10-9.